Welcome to Yapping Walters podcast. And today we have a friend of mine and really cool dude as a guest. And please introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Cassius Conrad. I am a half dragon who likes wearing Hawaiian shirts and streams on Twitch.
Nice. Have you grown? Yeah. Have you went to Hawaii?
I have never been to Hawaii, no.
No, that.
Very...
sorry, everyone. I broke the lore of Cassie. You should go to Hawaii.
You don't have to have been to Hawaii to get to like Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, I know. It's a joke, but everyone should go to Hawaii. It's a really cool place. I have been there once. Been? Yeah, I have been there once. I was like 7 or 6 or 8, something like that. What I remember is that the place was warm. Freaking weather was perfect. At least if I remember correctly, it's been, I don't know, 15 years or something like that. And the juices, apple juice, pear juice, strawberry juice, tasted amazing.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the flight was pain in the ass because it was like, I don't know, 15, 16, 70 hours, 12 hours, 30 hours of a flight. And I was like I said, I was like 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah, long flights are always painful.
And this was time before YouTube or Nintendo Switch or anything like that. I just slept. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, planes wouldn't have even had like individual TVs in the backs of the seats, like then would they?
Yeah. That in that time, planes were just sit there and wait until you get into your destination, and that's about it. But luckily, that's it, Walt, at least.
Yeah. I've never been to Hawaii, but growing up, whenever me and my siblings would go to our parents and say, I want this game, I want this console, whatever, Mama Cass would always counter with, and I want a holiday in Hawaii. That's the biggest link I have.
Yet you will go there, I'm sure. At some point in
Mama
the future.
Cass still hasn't, and it's been many years since she's been saying that, so
in the future.
Maybe.
But the first question that I want to ask is, what's your favorite game series?
My favorite game series. So, have you ever heard of the Trails series?
No.
All right.
No. Yeah.
So, how long a rant do you want me to go on about this? Because I could probably keep going for a good 2 hours if you don't stop me.
I'm gonna stop you at some point, so don't worry.
Okay, so the Trail series, it's a long-running series of JRPGs. The first game was released, I think, 2004, 2005, around then. Trails in the Sky for the PSP. It has had a few PC re-releases since then. It's on Steam. And so it's part of the developer's larger The Legend of Heroes series, but it's sort of a new chapter of it. And it starts off in this really fantastically well built sort of fantasy world, which has just kind of hit the magic industrial revolution. And so that you play as the first game you play as Estelle and Joshua Bright as they journey to become bracers, which are sort of government sponsored mercenaries / extra police, sort of. And they basically you follow their journey as they grow in strength and they discover 50 different plots all happening in the Kingdom of Labelle. Slowly but surely start to uncover all of the deeper secrets. There's ancient societies that have left behind artifacts that we have no explanation of yet. There is weird shit going on with the church. They seem mostly good, but there is definitely some hidden stuff going on inside that hasn't been explained yet. And yeah, that's sort of the idea of the first kind of couple games.
All right.
But it is a long running series that has, up until now, I believe there are 13 games in the series, and every few games they basically start a whole new story arc focusing in a new location and on new characters. So Trails in the Sky had a trilogy of 3 games to begin with. Then after that, it moved to Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure, set in the small semi-autonomous city-state of Crossbell, following their new special support section of their police force with Lloyd Bannings. He is a new fantastic protagonist, and he basically, you need to dig deeper into old mysteries. There is a lot of backstory revolving around a cult that was active a few years ago that's sort of starting to see a resurgence that you need to put a stop to. And yeah, those games are fantastic. There's and then after the Crossbell duology, there was the Cold Steel games, which the which are the biggest scope so far. They were the first games in the series that were made in 3D. They were released originally for the PS3 in like early 2010s, but then they were re-released on PS4 later. And those, you follow a group of students at a military academy trying to sort out a lot of the discrimination and issues around the Empire of Erebonia. Sort of, it focuses more on, there's a lot of politics involved, that one, of different class conflicts between the nobles of the empire and the commoners, and there's even more ancient civilization bullcrap going on. It's all that is sort of Cold Steel's when the series starts to go kind of crazy. That's when they introduced mechs into the series, because every series is made better with mechs.
That I will disagree, but but it sounds complicated, and that's basically it's the game, like the freaking plots for like each 3 games basically sounds like they are. This is not there. These games are not the same kind, but like the plot of each 3 games reminds me of like Persona games, where Persona 1 and 2 like are basically following the same story, not the same, but following the story of the same characters. But then Persona 3 is a different character and different main character, and then Persona 4 is yet again a different main character with different characters, and then Persona 5 is the same with different characters and different main character. It sounds like that, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. It is quite very similar to the Persona games. One thing that differs though is because all of the games are very interconnected and in the same world and in the same timeline. Like over the course of the series, I think about 5 years in world have passed, and so you will get like significant cameos in newer games in the series from the old characters.
I see.
And seeing them appear in the new games is always so much fun.
In every game or a game series or in media in general, and when I say media, I mean anime, movies, series, games, etc. Is when there's a time skip or a different game and you can see a character that you loved in the previous game make a cameo or is a freaking companion in that other game or in other movie, etc. is amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I hate when game series does that they basically ignore the previous one. Usually I hate that, but with like games like Persona and Shin Megami Tensei, my understanding that is with Shin Megami Tensei games that they basically ignore the previous one, same as Persona games, because they are kind of the same guys make that made Persona games made.
Yeah, I mean,
Shin Megami
Persona
Tensei
started off as a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei,
Yeah.
so like the first one was literally called Shin Megami Tensei Persona. So
Yep. But but luckily both are well and alive. Atlus. I'm still waiting for Persona 6. Where's my Persona 6?
Everybody is.
I was prepared to see a trailer at the Game Awards because I saw some articles that maybe Sega would release a trailer in Game Awards, but nope. Oh well, they released Metaphor, so that's and then they reworked Persona 3.
Oh, the Persona 3. There are a lot of people who say Persona 3 Reload is not a great remake of the original. I've never played the original. I can't really compare, but it's still a fantastic game, so I don't care what they say.
I have played original, and the problem is I cannot remember jack shit because I played it like, I don't know, 15 years ago, 60 years ago, or something like that. And I was a small little kid, so. But I love the game. I love the original. I love the remake. There are my only issues that the voice acting is not as great than in the original, but it's good still. But it's not. I just find it meh at some points. But like I'm not the biggest fan of Persona games. I love the games, but not the biggest fan.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Persona 3 is my favorite, and it's probably gonna be a while. Hopefully Persona 6 will be as amazing as Persona 5 and 3. And I'm still I'm still waiting for my Persona 4 Reloaded, because I hate the golden version of the game's art style. It looks, in my opinion, ass. I don't like chibi art style in general. I don't. It's in VTuber model cases, it's fine, it's good. But in games, don't. If you wanna introduce me a game, don't freaking introduce me a game that is in chibi style most of the time. I hate that.
Yeah, I think if they lean into it, they can make it work. I don't particularly mind like if it fits the world around it.
I mind the chibi art style. I mind it. Because it's dumb. It's, in my opinion, it's in games it looks ugly. In my opinion, but
I mean, it can look ugly. I do agree, but I think I think it depends on like the surrounding style and how much they lean into it. Would be my take. I think if they do it properly, they can make it look very good.
Yeah, and it depends on, of course, it depends on the art style and that and it, so on so on. But it's just my taste that I don't like.
Yeah, it's all personal taste. So,
like, I will, if the game looks great and the reviews like from the people, because game critics are outdated. Usually, like, if the people like the game, maybe I give a shot, maybe not. And like, I am more of an third-person player who likes games that are from third-person view. Like, for example, I don't know, Witcher 3, Mass Effect, the original ones. Andromeda was okay, but freaking novel. 2 words. Development hell was the problem with Andromeda. And Frostbite, the game engine. And
I have never played any Mass Effect games, so I can't really comment.
Mass Effect, and to those who haven't played or didn't freaking know that, Mass Effect games were called when they released a alien sex dating sim.
I do know that much.
By I think it was Fox, the infamous Fox Fox News, I believe it was, and then I believe it was Geo Knifley, or how to say his name, aka the Game Awards guy. he went to Fox to dispass that fact, because it's not a dating. Yeah, it's a dating sim game, but it's more. It's a 3-game series that let you basically be a military agent by stopping a freaking galaxy-ending war, basically. And then you can romance people and aliens. But it's not just a dating sim. It's much more like third-person games like Witcher, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Elden Ring. For those, like, third-person view is usually my go-to. But also it depends on the game. Like, I cannot, like, if I would play, if there would be an option to play, like, I don't know, Cyberpunk as in third person, because the game is first person only, I wouldn't play it because it doesn't feel right. Or like racing games should be played like from the behind of the car view, like in third person. But
the only racing game I play like semi-regularly is Mario Kart. So, and some of the later Mario Kart releases have had the option of driving in first person rather than like full kart view, but it does not work for me. So,
yeah,
I think Mario Kart, especially because of all the items constantly being chucked around, you need to have as much view around you as possible as well. So
yeah, with Mario Kart, I feel like it's, if the game will be only played like on first person, that will be a freaking, you will get a seizure by playing it.
Yeah, probably,
because there's too much of shit going on. Like, really too much of shit going around like the spam of like items, and like if you're playing in a track called Rainbow Road.
Oh,
playing
God,
that first.
Rainbow Road would be awful in first person.
It's freaking, that would be god awful experience no matter.
Yeah.
What's your hot take about VTubers?
My hot take about VTubers.
Yeah, it can be anything, and in any with anyone. Before
I'm gonna need to.
Before Cass answers
Think
that.
of something. I'm not sure I have a hot take about VTubers, honestly.
And in the comments, or people who see this, this is, you will, if Cass says something about your favorite Oshi or favorite VTuber, don't fucking attack Cass. It's dumb. It's cringe. I hate fans, quote unquote, that if you say something about, like, I don't know, if you don't like this VTuber or this and this, they will attack you for like dumb reasons, and they're like, I'm gonna change it. It's really dumb. People need to chill, please. Like, this is a question that I'm gonna ask every time when there's a guest, because this is a really fun question.
Let's see. You give yours first. I still need to think of something.
My problem with VTubers are that their merch. This is my opinion, but usually VTubers merch and this can be linked to FleshTubers, but or PhD or anyone that makes content. Usually their merch is meh. What they sell is meh or bad. Not the quality. The quality is alright / good. But like the art, for example, in a hoodie, like the hood in a hoodie, if there's a text, it's usually on the like upper torso. It's so bland. Like make it interesting. Yeah, if I know more money, give me money. Yeah, I know that, but still, like if the freaking make interesting art for the hoodies or the clothes that doesn't link to your like your model, or and what I mean by that is make something, all right, make some kind of art that kind of links to your model but kind of doesn't. That like a normal person would be like, if you would show the hoodie, for example, to a normal person who doesn't follow VTubers, who isn't like on a YouTube, who uses YouTube for like watching tutorials and watching listening music or that, show them the hoodie, and then they're not gonna be like, what the hell, what is this? They'll be like, oh, that's a cool hoodie, and not like, who's that? Who is that cartoon character? Like, no. Like, make the art interesting is what I'm saying. Somehow. And first of all, make more mouse pads. and yeah, that's probably my hot take. Of course, every art is opinion based, but also VTubers try to do more. I'm not saying like do more song covers, songs. No, like I'm saying do more diverse. Like what I see more. This is not a hot take, but like I wanna see more VTubers to be like, I don't know, a writer in a story, for example, or a producer in somewhere, or something like that. Usually what I see are VTubers do song covers, which is amazing because more artists to creating and more music for our ears to listen. Or they do songs or merch. Usually what they do. I want to see more. I want to see diverse of people, of VTubers to do more things. I know there's few people that do like do more charity if you can, like if that is a possibility. And like Connor CDocVA said perfectly, if you are watching like I don't know, a charity stream, and you are like I would donate, but I can't. Like that doesn't. It's not like an obligation of donating. If the streamer is partnered, and there's like, oh yeah, if the stream is partnered, they probably gonna get like. It helps that you're watching. In general, it helps. And if you just share the video for your friends or anyone, or share the stream to your friend, it helps.
Yep.
DLDR, I want to see diverse of VTubers doing different things other than like merch and song covers. But yeah, that's my hot take.
All right. I have thought of a hot take that probably will piss a lot of people off, so we'll see what happens. But so obviously there is a lot of stuff going on around everywhere about how, you know, Twitch and YouTube sort of, they do enforce rules differently between VTubers and non-VTubers, live action flesh tubers, live action creators, whatever you want to call them. And yes, while I do agree that is a thing, every time I see someone on like
On Twitch.
particularly YouTubers on Twitch complaining about their bans, quite often what I do notice is that they have either actually broken terms of service or pushed the boundaries so far that they essentially did. And there are a lot. I just so often find it that there are people who are just trying to game the system and getting punished accordingly. And so, yeah, sure, there may be some bias, but it does feel like a lot of people are bringing it on themselves.
Yeah, I feel like that's. I'm not saying like that's most of the time correct, because it's not. Like there are more cases like that. The VTuber hasn't done anything.
Yeah, there absolutely are, but I'm not saying it's all the time.
Yeah.
I am saying quite often the person complaining about it is actually in the wrong.
Yeah.
So maybe some more introspection and not just blaming biased moderators is needed.
Yes. Also, I feel like some of the VTubers, this is not a hot take against your models or anything, but I feel like some VTubers are their models are like toning the line of like, is this bannable or what? Like, it just feels like to me that is.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you there.
But like, I feel like that's on most of the time Twitch. On YouTube, I feel like what I have seen are like ASMR VTubers that make like quote unquote lewd content. Most of the time they complain about on YouTube that this is not appropriate, this is sexual content or whatever the case may be. And I feel like if you wanna do quote unquote do lewd content, quote unquote again, there's a website called there's a website which I'm not gonna name, but you probably are gonna guess what is it.
I mean, there are multiple websites for that, specifically for that sort of content.
And I'm always gonna see YouTube, which maybe doesn't even apply anymore, and the same goes to Twitch as a gaming platform or music platform. Well, Twitch is not a music, but anyways, I see like Twitch mostly as a gaming platform. Like, I know this is no shit Sherlock answer, and I feel like YouTube as well. At least I grew up with gaming videos. This is from like when I founded YouTube, like 2013, 14, 12 or something like that. I've grown up with gaming content. Also, the freaking problems with Twitch moderation is that it's so vague at some times. Like, yeah,
it is.
Like, what the hell did I do? Like, and they don't tell you the exact reason why did you get banned, or why did you get a suspension of like, I don't know, 14 days or 3 days. Why they just cannot tell you broke this TOS and because of this and this and this and this and this. Why it's so freaking hard to tell?
Yeah, YouTube has that issue as well of like they will strike people's videos, tell them that they've got a strike, not tell them what they did in the video that caused the strike, but just say don't do it again.
Has happened to me. Those people who have subscribed from when I started doing AMVs, first of all, thanks. And if you are a long time subscriber, you perhaps remembered the AMV of Got Minions or something. The song was like that, something like that. That video is still not able to. I'm not able to upload that. If I upload that, I will get a strike. I have gotten 4 strikes, but the freaking strike vanished around like 19 days. So I've been waiting for I've always waited for until the strike gone. I've been like I have edited that like 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Still getting strike. I don't know why. And YouTube has a problem with like if you uploaded like in 5 years ago, like a AMV or a content that includes somewhat copyrighted content, YouTube can delete that video like in a freaking now after like 5 years or like after 10 years, something like that. They could remove that, which is dumb. The simple solution, in my opinion, is just take the revenue money and leave the video. It's not that hard. First of all, the freaking companies will gain money if they just left the video that people watch it, because most of the time people who uses copyrighted content aren't for the money. They're for the freaking, they want to make the content that they wanna, and they use copyrighted content for that, like songs or clips of a movie and clips of an entertainment. Like I don't understand companies that like ban and take down videos for this and this and this because of copyrighted reason. It's dumb.
Yeah, a lot of the times, like you're basically just shooting in those companies are just shooting themselves in the foot and just removing free advertising for their product.
Exactly. Like it's freaking annoying if you're like, I don't know, if you use copyrighted content. It's annoying to like, you have to remove this part or edit it really really goodly that it's not copyrighted, and then you edit it again, it still is copyrighted, and again and again. And also I hate that YouTube is nowadays little too much of freaking family friendly. Like you cannot swear, if I remember correctly, you cannot swear in a video like the first 30 seconds. Then you can. It's dumb. You cannot say like the like curse words in first 30 seconds. It's fun. It's dumb. It's really dumb.
It is very dumb, but that is also just a case of
advertisers and that stuff.
Advertisers, yeah, because YouTube needs advertisers on the platform to make money.
Yeah.
So they need to do whatever they can to keep the advertisers happy.
Yeah, but still. Maybe
advertisers need to grow up and sort out their policies too.
I'm still gonna complaining about it.
Yeah.
And like it's I know advertisers are like, yeah, we need the freaking content creator needs to be somewhat of family friend, but still, please, like, bro, if the content creator is a somewhat of an edgy type, like who likes to swear and that shite, well, first of all, learn swear words for different languages, because, well, why not? Like, learn, I don't know, a really niche language that is not popular, like, I don't know, China or English are like really popular, or Spanish is really popular. Like, learn some languages that are like really, like, aren't speaking a lot, and learn the swear words from those and use them.
Everybody just start saying Tamada.
Exactly.
That is the sort of general Chinese word for fuck or shit or whatever.
And there is a Korean word for saying hi, and don't you dare say it, because I don't want to get and it's the N word basically.
Ah, cool.
But it means hi, if I remember correctly, in Korean. But it sounds like the N word for us. And
like the Japanese word for run, then.
Yeah, kind of. But like there was a freaking a Korean content creator who said like that word, and she explained what that meant, and everyone was like, oh, all right, okay, didn't know that, but okay, because she was getting called out because she was saying hi in Korean, and it was like, she's a racist, and that's
Yeah.
and it's like, it's dumb that some words in different languages mean are basically offensive language in English, or sound like they are offensive language, even though that word is not offensive.
My favorite example of that is the official Crayola Twitter account in the past having to explain that the Spanish word for black is negro and negro, and that's why they have that on their black crayons, not because they are racist, because it is Spanish.
Yeah. I heard that in somewhere. I was like, oh, I have heard. Like, I knew that the freaking black word for a Spanish was that word, but like I was like, that could look really bad. But before we get ourselves cancelled,
Yep.
what is the most your most hated feature or a game mechanic in a game? Like, for example, people kind of dislike fishing minigames in GRPG games. Yeah, I hate fishing minigames most of the time.
Oh, nah. I love a good fishing mini game. I can't relate to that. I love a good fishing mini game. I should clarify. There are quite a lot of games with bad fishing mini games that are just a pain in the ass. But if they make it fun, I'm happy with it.
It's not that I hate the fishing the mini game. I hate that usually in fishing games, fishing mini games, there are one spot where the fish is. I hate that because that's not what happens in if there's like a really big lake, for example, and you have to go to a fishing. There's one spot where the fish is, and I'm like, my ass. They are in multiple locations.
Yeah, that's fair. Excuse me.
What else?
My most hated feature.
Oh, I know. When I know one that most people will hate. When there's like a merchant type of a game, a merchant type of a character, and you go to sell your loot, and you can't, like, if you have like around like 100 and 120 or something like that, and you have to sell one by one.
Right, yeah, no mass selling is a pain in the arse.
Yeah, that's really ass.
Mm.
I'm looking at you, Hogwarts Legacy.
If I would probably say, right, games that don't clearly signpost their points of no return is a major annoyance of mine. Like, where it's a game with like side quests and collectibles and stuff, and you reach the point in the story of it saying,
no return.
Once you pass this point, you can't go back and finish your old side quests. That's it. You will proceed to the next story and lose stuff that you haven't done so far. Games that don't make it clear when that point comes up. that is an annoyance of mine. That's a pet peeve.
Yeah, that's totally understandable, especially if you are a person who wants to play the game like 100%. Like, for example, if everyone should play a Witcher 3, everyone should play that game.
I do have it. I just haven't played it yet.
It's fantastic. First of all, Geralt based. He's a based character, and everyone you should romance Triss. And
All right.
the thing is, like, in that game and in, I believe, in Resident Evil 4 remake, and I believe few others, there is either a text that pop-ups like saying, if there is no return if you do this mission, so do that and then finish the mission. Or in Resident Evil 4, the merchant character says, like, do any, if there, you should do every day. You should do everything. Hopefully, like, the merchant character says, like, basically that do everything and hopefully do everything, and we would hate if there would be a scenario of, like, what if or something. He says something like that. I don't remember exactly because it's been a while, but like, those are perfect cases that the game tells you when there's a freaking the final mission is done, or the final, or before you move from the area. That.
Yeah.
But when there isn't, it's freaking annoying.
Yes.
Annoying.
Another one that's just kind of general of escort missions where the person you're escorting moves faster than your character's walking speed, but slower than your character's running speed.
Actually, I know a game that has a mechanic that if you press a button, you'll walk the same speed, and that game is called Cyberpunk 2077. That Cyberpunk has that feature that if you press, I believe, it's Alt or B or something like that, your character walks in the same speed than the freaking person who you have to follow. But yeah, I hate that.
Also, random time limits out of nowhere in a game that has had nothing like that up to this point, or any indication that it was coming.
Do you mean
random
like
time limits just spawning out of nowhere that just add extra stress that never existed before and is just makes things more annoying?
Yeah. Fair. Also, well, and this is not a game mechanic. I'm looking at you, story writers. If you make a freaking annoying ass character as important like a main character, I hate that. Like, for example, a freaking in, like, this is a good example. If you make Abby from Last of Us Part 2 as important as Ellie, people will hate that, and people have hated that, and people will hate that. I have played Last of Us Part 2, and yeah, I still love the game. I love the first one is obviously better, but like, the second one is still a great game. But like, why the hell Abby is so much in the freaking screen? I freaking hate that character, but I don't hate the actor. That's first of all dumb. If you send,
oh yeah, Laura Bailey getting threats about playing Abby is just fucking ridiculous.
And her kid or kids got dead threats because of because Laura. First of all, if you hate the character, you have to compliment the actor. The actor did amazing job. If you hate the character, if the character is like an evil character, or did something like evil to the main character, and you hate, like, I hate the freaking I hate the freaking Johnny Silverhand as a character, but I don't hate Keanu Reeves because no one hates Keanu Reeves. Or I hate Ada in Resident Evil 2, but I don't hate the actor. Like, There's a thing called separate the art and separate the artist. Like, you can disagree with what J.K. Rowling has said about trans people, and I will, but you can still like Harry Potter, for example.
I never particularly liked Harry Potter that much, if I'm honest. So
yeah, but that example came to my mind because people freaking lost their minds when Hogwarts Legacy came out.
Yeah.
It's really
also,
dumb.
God, the harassment that they sent to streamers for even daring to play it. That was fucking ridiculous. I will still never forgive the people that harassed Pikami into graduating from VOMS.
And like what Silver Whale, I believe.
Silver Veil as well. She got absolutely blasted. Was that what caused her to leave V Shoujo, or I can't remember.
I don't know. But like, don't hate like people who play the game, and like that's dumb. First of all, that's dumb. Hate the person who said or did something bully ass. Hate that. It's not. But like the streamer is there to enjoy the game and have fun with her community. It's not that deep.
Yep.
And like, first of all, and secondly, I hate you all, your console fanboys that are like, Xbox is better because yeah, and PlayStation is better than Xbox, yeah, and if you play on Xbox, you are yeah, and if you play on PlayStation, yeah. Play on whatever consoles or on whatever platform you like. It's not that deep as well.
But also, you're all wrong. Switch is the best console.
How we define a best console? If we define it by like hardware power, no. But like no, that freaking Switch is basically potato compared to like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Or at least, and it's freaking potato compared to like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. But like, there's not a best console to play. It's matter what the matter is the games.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you aren't a Nintendo fanboy, I feel like PC is way to go.
Yeah, it really is. Like, PlayStation and Xbox seem to both pretty much be giving up on exclusivity, and just everything is getting ported to PC at this point.
This is maybe a hot take, but I don't give a shit. I like more PlayStation approach than Xbox's. Xbox's puts everything on Game Pass launch day. Yeah, it's great for us, yes, but PlayStation does more like the game is on PlayStation 5 on like the first 2-3 year maybe. Then it comes available on PC. That is a way to make you like feel like I wanna play this game, but I cannot wait. And then maybe you buy a PlayStation 5, and then you got sucked into a PlayStation to a PlayStation. I like that more, and that is better for developers as well, because I have heard like if you take a Game Pass deal for your game, it's really bad for you. Like, not really bad, but like, it suck for you as a game developer. I have heard that. I don't know for sure because I haven't signed a deal, and I like to buy my games. And yes, I know nowadays you basically don't own the game because it's license paid, but still, I like to buy them rather than freaking using Game Pass. It's my own weird brain.
Yeah, that is the one reason I play games on my Switch, and I still have my PS4 that I do still occasionally use. The main reason is I can actually buy physical games for those systems. Like, digital games are very convenient, but if there's an issue with your library or anything like that, you lose them and can't get your money back. physical games you can play as much as you want, and if you want to collect them, you have them for as long as you keep the physical game around. If you want to sell them on to someone else, you can get some money back. So
Yeah.
the slow death of physical media is another horrible thing in gaming that is going on, and it's affecting most industries as well, with the rise of TV and film streaming too. I absolutely hate it. Bring back DVDs.
But at very least, with movies, you can just, and Disney, Warner Brothers, don't you dare to come at me, because I'm not the one who figured this out. I'm not the only one. I'm not doing this, but there's probably a lot of more people who does. At very least, you can basically record the movie with like OBS or something like that, and then just store it on a hard drive, and that's it. At least with movies, that is possible. With games, like with nowadays, if you buy a disc, usually that game needs day one patch, for example.
Yeah.
And you have to download that. First of all, optimize your games. And this is another thing that I hate. Don't hate your Unreal Engine 5. It's the developers that are lazy optimizing their game. That aren't optimizing their game. That's where like most of the Unreal Engine 5 games run like shit. Because developers aren't optimizing the games. And this is coming from an Unreal Engine 5 developer. So I know they aren't optimizing their games well. And they are relying too much on like DLSS or the AMD equivalent. The FSR, I believe it's the, and the Intel, I don't remember what's the name. I hate that they are relying too much on DLSS. It's a great thing if you're an NVIDIA user or FSR, if you are AMD graphics card user. But don't rely on it, game developers. Optimize your game. That way you have less work to do, and then you have more time to add new features onto your game rather than fixing the game. Fix the game first, and then publish it. Like, for example, a game that was basically like, first of all, the game that wasn't finished, basically, and this is not Unreal Engine game, but still, Cyberpunk. That game wasn't really finished on launch, and everyone can agree with that. The game was like freaking mess with glitches and bugs and that stuff. The same goes to Fallout 76. That game was criminally on a criminal state. Like, if those games would have been fixed, they would have been very good games, probably. At least Cyberpunk would have been. And well, Fallout 76 would have been functional. But like, at least, and like, if the games are like Elden Ring, for at least from my playtime when I bought it from launch, the game basically runs perfectly for me. I don't know I don't remember exactly how it was, but at least for me it was kind of perfect. So optimize your games. Like, come on. If that, like, I believe Nintendo's, one of the higher ups on Nintendo, maybe Mario's creator, said this: delayed game is always a better option, a better game than a rushed game.
Yeah, delayed game is eventually good. A rushed game is forever bad.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Shigeru Miyamoto. Yes, it was Mario's creator.
Yeah, he said exactly that. And that's a 100% fact. That's the reason, like, why Nintendo delayed their Tears of the Kingdom like a year, and then bada bim bada boom, they finished the game, and it and the game plays
blew everyone's minds.
And the game is hella good on a freaking Nintendo Switch. That kind of a game runs on a Nintendo Switch, like, bro, like, oh my god, really good. And like, just optimize. Like I said, optimize your better. Even if it costs money, yes, because you will make more money if the game is polished. Don't be like Ubisoft, please. Like, freaking, don't be Ubisoft and just let your games to be broken and fix your games while. Yes, games like, I don't know, maybe like Marvel Rivals or that, like live service multiplayer live service games. I kind of accept if the game is a little bit buggy because it's a multiplayer game and they like maybe they didn't think of this. Their test wasn't perfect or whatever the case may be. I accept in multiplayer games more than on single player games because well, single player games aren't run in a server. Whoever decided to put games online only on single player and whoever decided to put single player games on always online, I hate you. You're a
Agreed.
piece of garbage. You should be in a trash. It's like polish your games, finish your games, test your games more, and that and that and that. That's my take on that. All right. Speaking of media, what is an overrated game, movie, anime, TV series, whatever, in your opinion?
Overrated. This is going to be a hard one to answer without starting flame wars.
We are all here respectfully. At least I am here. I'm hard to piss off.
Fair enough. I mean, games are kind of hard to comment on because I don't really play games that I don't like the look of. So usually I will it's very hard for me to just get caught up in a hype train and of just the newest trend and find out that it's not to my taste or whatever.
I had that with one game.
Oh really? What was that?
Baldur's Gate 3.
That is a game that I do genuinely want to play. I am waiting for it to go on sale though.
I like when I saw the trailer. I was like, looks okay. But then when I saw the reviews and the hype, I was like, Jesus, let me pre-order.
Let's see. I can't really think of a game that I would. At least I can't think of any games that I've played that I would say are overrated, and so I don't really want to judge a game that I haven't played on that metric. Anime. Right, Anime is a weird one because the first thing that comes to my mind is a series that I feel is both overrated and overhated, simultaneously, and that is Sword Art Online. Because for the longest time, it was the absolute, when it first released, it was the absolute darling. Everybody absolutely loved it.
Yeah, because the first season was great, and then they screwed up with season 2.
Then, yeah, well, over time, it has, over a couple years, it just became everyone's biggest thing to hate on because it became popular to hate on. I would say it's a fine series for the most part. The first part, actually, in Sword Art Online, most of it was okay. There was nothing that I found particularly spectacular about it, so I do think the people that claim it was the best show ever are overhyping it a bit much, but everyone claiming it's the worst thing ever are overhyping it too. That being said, the whole second part in Alfheim online with Asuna kidnapped, that was absolute crap.
Yep.
And also, the whole Gun Gale Online arc, it was hilarious. Just having the main villain just be named Death Gun was amazing. Not gonna deny that, but overall, that season was crap too. But yeah, it's depends who you talk to. It is either overhated or overrated. Is my take on Sword Art Online.
I stopped watching Sword Art Online after like season 1. I was disappointed heavily on season 2. It was mess. First of all, whoever decided to freaking make Kirito's sister a romance, basically, whoever decided that was dumb, in my opinion.
That's just a light novel thing.
Still. But like overrated, in my opinion, games that I have played. Fallout 4.
Okay.
Whoever. The problem with me with Bethesda, I feel, first of all, I hate Bethesda's game design. I hate their engine. I hate their writers. They like with Fallout 4, the world is good, and that stuff, and the characters are good, but Bethesda is never known for like deep storytelling, like in game, like compared to like I don't know Witcher games or Arkham games or like those like games that are known by the further stories. Like okay, most people will not say like they remember Skyrim's main quest. That was amazing. Like no, I would say most people will not be like. I'm saying that most people wasn't like, oh, Skyrim's main storyline was really good, because nobody basically gives a shit. At least I feel like that is the case.
I have heard many people compliment many things about Skyrim.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say the main storyline is good.
Yeah, that's like Skyrim is a hella great game. Like you can just play that whenever you want it. That's you can mod the shit out of it. But with Fallout 4, they tried deep storytelling, which sucked. Like I don't give a shit about the plot. I don't give a shit about the plot, and yeah, the DLC, the freaking Pearl Harbor or something like that. That was great, but like, bro, it's mediocre or bad at very best. And first of all, please, Bethesda, change your goddamn engine. Your engine is broken, old, outdated. Starfield looked like an. Yeah, the graphics, like the environments, they looked great. Don't get me wrong. But the character models, they looked like soulless dolls. Like, ugh. I cannot understand. Dot Howard, you are almost freaking. How old he is? Like 70s or something like that. How you don't realize that your game engine sucks donkish long? Ugh. And like, it's just that games, Bethesda games writing in free angers me hella much. Overrated movie, I would say, is probably Inception. Not Inception, Interstellar.
Okay.
Interstellar for me was meh. But I feel like everyone says that movie is 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. Like it's amazing. And then I was like, this is kind of boring. I'm just sitting here and be like, all right, okay, what, okay.
I have never watched Interstellar, but I remember about 10 years ago, I was working in a little shop with a guy that I went to school with, and he and his girlfriend went to see Interstellar on a date. And he told me that he absolutely loved the film. The ending made him cry. It was one of his favorite films ever. His girlfriend had no idea what was going on most of the time and hated it.
And yeah, this is coming from a person whose favorite movie is Pirates of the Caribbean at world's end. Yes, I know, but still, I have my own taste and I like dumb fun. But I like, for example, a movie that is really like with really good, at least in my opinion, really good story is Joker, the first one.
I absolutely love the first Joker movie.
Whoever decided to make the second one is a dumbass, aka Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips. I'm looking at you too. You should never do a freaking folia poo-poo movie. And Gladiator, the first one, and the second one as well. The both were amazing. I
haven't seen the second one, but the first one I do agree is absolutely fantastic.
The second one is not as great, like it's not better or as great, but it's really close to being as good than the original. So, and it's like in most of the cases when there's like a really long time between movies, like the Gladiator 1 came out like in 2005, 6, 4, something like that, and this came out like last year. But thankfully the movie feels like Gladiator movie. And Denzel Washington, goddamn, he stole the show in that movie. So whenever you people can watch Gladiator 2, Ridley Scott is making freaking, at least to me it feels like he's making a comeback as a director, because well he kind of hasn't been making a good movies. Like he did Martian, but like the rest of his movies, at least to me, feels like But Gladiator 2, amazing movie. Not masterpiece like the Gladiator 1, but like amazing movie. But then the Napoleon, how to say that name? I don't know. Was great, but not amazing because something was off. Overrated anime. This is gonna piss a lot of people, but I have an easy answer. One Piece, Naruto, and Dragon Ball.
Right, this has been a lot of fun, everybody. I'm gonna head off now. Thanks a lot for having me, Walter.
The thing is, I never cared about those, so that's why I said it. But an anime that I watched, I would say Hell's Paradise. I believe it's the name.
Yeah, I never finished that season. I liked what I saw of it, but I didn't pick it back up.
Yeah, Hell's Paradise, Chigo Kuraku. Everyone that I talked to said that it's 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I was like, all right, interesting. And the thing is, the plot is interesting. Like they go to freaking this person, the main character, and is basically put into a suicide mission, basically.
Yeah. And to try and find the elixir of immortality or something, right?
Yeah, and then deliver it to the Shogun. I was like, interesting, good blood, good animation, good opening. Yeah, sounds good. But then when I watched it, what the hell? I was like, not for me. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna probably watch season 2.
Overrated movie. Probably an easy target, but I am definitely going to go with Avatar. Like, it is a very, very, very impressive tech demo. Other than that, the movie is just meh.
Well, did you like
The story is
Pocahontas?
just space Pocahontas. The characters are less interesting than the characters in actual Pocahontas. Like, sure, it is very, very pretty. The 3D was good. The movie has nothing else to it.
I feel like
And
that's
how it's getting 4 sequels, I don't understand at all.
well, you can thank basically James Cameron, and I believe he has the whole mind for the whole story. Like,
Yeah.
and
I mean, he's ripping the story off of Atlas, so.
I believe the reason why like the freaking sequels were like taking forever was because the technology wasn't like there yet. I feel like that's what is the answer. At least I have remember reading that's the answer. But like they're okay, not my favorites, but like yeah. If I want to watch a movie and I don't have anything else, I can just watch that. Like me. They are not amazing movies by any means, and I don't appreciate that the freaking James basically just ripped Pocahontas and changed it a little bit.
And now he's ripping off The Last Airbender, so like I haven't actually seen the second one, but there was the secret water tribe of the Na'vi. Next movie, there's going to be the fire tribe and the air tribe. And the air tribe are nomads that fly around in airships. Oh, wonder where he got that idea from.
And I know that freaking Avatar: The Last Airbender premiered like 2013, something like that. Avatar last 2008. Okay, so and I know Avatar: Last Airbender premiered like 2008, and the freaking movie Avatar came out on 2009. 2000.
Oh, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. The terrible live-action movie.
Avatar, the freaking James Cameron movie came out 2009, and the Last Airbender, the freaking show, the animated show, came out 2008. I know that production is taking the time, but why they couldn't? Why whoever decided the name, probably James Cameron, why he didn't just change the name? Because it's confusing when you talk about like I liked Avatar and some like I know that most of the people mean Avatar the show, not the movie, but still it's confusing.
Yep.
Why not change the name to freaking some better? Not better, but something different because it doesn't
change it to Space Pocahontas. That's what he made. Also, the humans in Avatar were the good guys. End of statement.
How they basically invade they invade a native planet and basically conquer a native people.
They were there peacefully to begin with. They just needed resources and wanted to make a deal.
Also,
it wasn't until flipping main character went AWOL and got an alien girlfriend that things actually devolved into fighting.
Well, it's been a while, so I don't exactly remember the details. But anyways, but like coming back to the animators, feel like and I know Dragon Ball and that stuff. Yeah, in my opinion, overrated. I never got into them, so blame that. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like, why the hell? First of all, One Piece is like still going. In my opinion, 5 season, maximum 10 is a good. Like 5 season is a good length for a story, but 10 is max. But like, why the hell One Piece is still going for? Like, it's the same. why I hate soap operas. That they just go forever and forever and forever.
One Piece, I will step in to defend a bit here because I am a One Piece fan. So it's still going because there is still more story that actually does need to be told. Like the world that has been built by Oda cannot be resolved at this point in the story because of everything that has been laid down since the beginning.
But also, why the hell then? Like, I'm hoping the remake of the anime is gonna be less. There's not the filler episodes, please delete those.
Yeah,
and it's gonna. I'm hoping that it's gonna be less.
I will say I am a One Piece manga reader, not an anime watcher. So, yes, I have heard many complaints about all of the filler in the anime, which I probably agree with. I don't know. I haven't actually watched it, but
I hope the One Piece remake anime does exactly what Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood did to the original anime, because the Brotherhood deleted all the fillers and just followed the manga story basically 1-to-1. Of course, there were a little bit of changing the scenes and that, because that happens to every anime. Attack on Titan, Attack on Titan, Naruto, every anime, when it gets adapted, something changes. It's never gonna be 1-to-1 recreation. But like, I'm hopeful that more manga writers or manga creators are like Hajime Isayama, who like basically are in the studio making decisions about the anime and what to put and what else. So it's basically like what George Lucas was with the Star Wars movies before he sold to the clown Mickey, the clown fucking circus show, because Disney, why the hell you are making a show called Acolyte that everybody hates, including me? Why you put fucking Darth Plagueis as a creep? Why?
I have not watched any new Star Wars media since Rogue One, so
Disney, I'm gonna give you a little bit tip. Give Star Wars control to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Those two, what they did with Mandalorian, Tales of the Jedi, Ahsoka. Yes, I know Ahsoka is discussed that is it good or bad, but for me, I like the show. They did a good job with those shows, and they know the Star Wars. Dave Filoni did the Clone Wars with George. He knows his stuff. And he did an amazing job with the final season of the Clone Wars. So give those people the creative, not fucking Kathleen Kennedy. He has ruined Star Wars to a lot of people, including me. But this is also a hot take that I prefer Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMORPG, to the original movies. It's just I liked more of it.
I have never played it, so
it's just I like how it's basically a grander ideal version of. There's like an actual empire, and then there's a republic going fighting, and I like the armor set and everything on that game, so that's why. And last but not least, what's your goals for this year? Either can be as a in life or in VTuber or streaming or whatever.
So goals. I'm aiming to, at some point this year, hit Twitch affiliate, which I am working on. Just I'd like to build a community around my streams. Make more streaming friends, do more collabs. I want to get into more collab streams. I have ideas for not necessarily gaming collabs, but other kind of stuff that require collaboration with other streamers. So I want to start fleshing out those ideas and start putting some of those into action. Outside of streaming, make more money, get a promotion at work. I will not go into what my work outside of streaming is because privacy.
We don't want to get we don't want to dox here.
Also, the company I work for has quite a strict social media policy, so not even going to mention the name.
CIA.
Yeah, those are kind of the main ones. Just keep surviving, keep living, get happier.
I see. Well, this has been really fun to talk about. Really fun to talk with you.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
And everybody else, follow Cass on every social media. They are going to be linked down below.
I have Twitter. I refuse to call it X. It is Twitter. Shut up, Elon. I have Bluesky, and I have my Twitch. Possibly will look into making a YouTube channel at some point, either just as VOD storage or if I do want to diversify my content a bit. But we will see what happens on that front. I will never make a TikTok. Sorry, I am not going to do it.
Well, it's gonna get banned
I
anyways.
refuse to even download the app on my phone.
But yeah, everything will be linked down below. And yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks everyone who listened this. Stay safe and follow me as well on everything. But that's not required. Required is you to follow guest whoever here is.
But also follow Walter. He makes good content too.
Yeah, thanks everybody who joined in, and I will see you in the next week with another guest. Bye.
Bye, everybody.